Alrighty, next up we're looking at problem number 5. Is the rate of change constant? Before we look at this one in depth, let's draw a little picture. All right, some of the problems that we were looking at yesterday, the lines looked like this. And then today we're looking at some problems and the lines, let me try that again. And the line looks like this, a straight line. Okay, this guy's exponential because it has a curved line. This guy's linear because it's a straight line. When we're talking about is the rate of change constant, is the rate of change constant, what we mean is if I were to draw steps and I was walking up one of these lines, would the steps I take be the same size? So are we growing at the same rate every time? Let's check. So if I look at the linear one, there's a step, there's a step, there's a step. Oh my, these steps are looking, in general, about the same size. Linear, let me try that again. Oh, that's there forever. All right, there we go. Linear graphs have a constant rate of change. Linear graphs always have a constant rate of change. When I add by the same number every time, I'm adding by the same number every time. When I do that, it makes it so the line ends up being straight every single time. Let's take a look at this exponential one. Here I've got a step, the next step, the next step, the next step. Oh my, these steps are looking like they're starting to get bigger. Those steps are a little bit different size. And let me see if I can draw that a little bit more clearly. Next step, next step. And the next step, if this black line keeps going, there we go. All right. The next step kind of ends right there. So we can see that these steps start really small and end up really big. That's the case for every single exponential. That's the case with every single exponential graph, is that we do not have a constant rate of change. And that's what makes it so that exponential graphs have their curve. If we add, so here we're adding by a tiny number, here we're adding by a little bit bigger, here we're adding by a big number, and here we're adding by a huge number. As opposed to, over here, we're adding by the same number every time. Each of those steps is the same distance. Here, tiny, a little bit bigger, big number. So, if we look at our picture, this is a straight line. Looks like I'm adding, or in this case subtracting, or adding by a negative number. Adding by the same number each time. This graph has is the rate of change constant? We're going to say yes, because it's a straight line. Yes, it's a straight line. All right, let me know if you still need help. Talk to you later.